Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about ESTG. Now, ESTG, man, he is with Yo Gotti and that CMG. He recently got signed. It was big headlines when he got signed. And I think it was like for $750,000. He took a picture. Him and Yo Gotti put the video up on both their social media. It was a marriage made in heaven as far as record label and artist, right? Now, ESTG has been bubbling, man. Everybody can't wait for the next project because his two mixtapes that he dropped while he was underground are acclaimed, man. People co-sign from everywhere, man. Now, being one of the only poppin' rappers from Louisville, Kentucky, you know his fan base and most of the folks in his wheelhouse are around that Midwest to Mid-South region, right? So he had a concert coming up in Kansas City yesterday, and it looked like, man, things were going to be going down. All the fans showed up. They were packed. This is a new hot artist. And, you know, it's always best to be at a show when the artist is brand new. Well, things didn't go as planned, and the show really didn't turn out to be a show. Now, before I get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about ESTG and this concert / walkthrough in Kansas City. Now, there's a lot of people on social media right now that are upset. ESTG was trending for a second there, and it wasn't for a good reason. It's because some fans showed up and thought they were going to be able to sing his latest songs, his biggest hits. You know, he's got his song with Lil Baby and vibe to ESTG, but he walked in the club and walked up out the club. Now, there was a reason for that. There's a such thing as a walkthrough. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever promoted a concert, a show, or even did like party promotions, or tried to book an artist before ever. But, man, there's a such thing as a walkthrough, and there's a such thing as a show. A walkthrough is exactly what it sounds like. You pay the artist to show up to the club and walk through. Even people who aren't artists made this famous, like Floyd Mayweather. He would always do walkthroughs. You know, Floyd's not a rapper. Was he going to get on the mic and start rapping? No. He'll go to a club. He walks through. Everybody sees him. They're like, oh, man, there he goes. Well, rappers do the same thing. And ESTG apparently has a different price than he does for walkthroughs than he does for shows, like most artists, right? Now, ESTG was putting some numbers out there that are pretty big. I was like, wow, ESTG out here getting that paper. But you got to remember who he signed to, how he already had his own thing coming, and what's going, and, you know, the whole deal, man. You got to put the package together. Now, ESTG said one thing. Now, he was supposed to be there for a walkthrough, but it seems like the whole thing was billed to the fans as a show. So when he did not perform, they were upset, and they took to social media to trash ESTG. So ESTG found that out today after everything ended. After everything, you know, started to spiral out of control, I should say. And he took to social media to squash all the rumors and let people know that he feels from his, you know, point of view, he was there for a walkthrough, not a show. Because you would feel like a fool if you paid concert prices and your artist that you came to see and paid concert prices for walked in and walked right out. And that's how the fans felt. So this is what ESTG said online. Now, this is the first post that ESTG made. He said, he must have had y'all thinking he booked me for a show. Walkthrough and shows, two different things. Stop letting these promoters trick y'all. And he even put Kansas City as the location for that post. So anybody in Kansas City can look up Kansas City and that post is going to come up immediately. But he wasn't there. He said this also. Now, the next comment, he said this. He said, playing games. And he reposted somebody else's post. It said, y'all giving walkthrough bags since the city opened at ESTG and at EST Fatboy. So I'm not sure exactly what he meant by that. I'm thinking he's meaning that, you know, everybody's been giving out walkthrough bags as opposed to like those show bags, like the bags for a show. You know, ever since the city opened back up, ever since things are starting to open back up in Kansas City. But he wasn't done there either, and it goes on and on. So walk through this with me. He went on and he posted this. Now, ESTG said this, man. He said, I don't even drink, so I don't know what bottle y'all talking about. Promoter knew I wasn't performing. That's why he was pacing back and forth, looking silly. I even gave him a chance to pay more right then and there. for a show. He couldn't come up with the money. Make sure the promoters get it right next time, KC, so we can go up. And then he had a peace sign. Love y'all, man. So it looks like he's putting it all on the promoters and saying that the promoters pretty much didn't have the money to book him for a show, but still left it out there like he was performing and left all the fans in limbo, man. So ESTG definitely was trying to clear his name out of the situation because it was spiraling out of control. Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man, and I know you're enjoying this video, but make sure you go and you follow me on social media platforms like Instagram, and also go to my Twitter page and make sure you hit that follow button there so you can get the latest and greatest updates of when I'm dropping my videos. And man, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button so we can spread this video around, and we trying to get 2,000 likes, so run them likes up. All right. Got to realize that ESTG is from Louisville, Kentucky. So anywhere like that, like Kansas City, St. Louis, those are places that are like his prime market. They got to be. They were probably on him before everybody else in the country were on his music. You know what I mean? So he was definitely about to clear this up, man. There was no way around it. So he continued posting and he said this. Now in this post right here, ESTG was just reposting what his DJ said. And his DJ said this. He said, "If you don't see me walk in first, you know it's not a show. I don't go to walkthroughs. Plus, ESTG don't even drink." And he had to repost what his DJ, I guess his DJ Chunk said. And basically, you know, agreeing with the points he already made about the fact that he was booked for a walkthrough, he feels like, and that the promoters was trying to get over on folks, billing it as a show. Now, we don't have any proof of that so far, but the promoter definitely came out and said their piece. So they took to social media and said this. Now, this is allegedly the promoter of the show, and his name is Dummy Not Peas, and basically he put out a totally different story than what ESTG said. And he said this. He said, "On behalf of myself and my partners, I'd like to apologize for last night's situation. The artist was paid front end and back end and was supposed to perform, but upon making it to the stage, his entourage opened his bottle and poured some before he touched it. And he took it that we really gave this man an open bottle. Hand over face emoji. When in reality, his friend was too weak to speak up, said he felt disrespected and wanted more money to perform. That and the fact that the security man told him to stop smoking. Once again, we apologize as this was totally out of our control." Now, that sounds like a reasonable response, but ESTG wasn't with it, man. So he went to social media, copied that, and reposted it on his page and said this. And he just put this right here. Underneath it, he put, or on top of it, excuse me, in the repost, he says, laughing emojis, 2 of them, and what? Laughing out loud, man, because that's a wild story, man, to be honest. And I'm not sure who's telling the truth here, man. You know, you got the promoter saying one thing and you got ESTG saying another. But why in the world would he not perform over a bottle? I mean, I get it, man. Rappers have egos. A lot of them have really big egos, but that's ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to mess up my whole bag, you know what I'm saying, over a bottle of liquor. And according to him and his DJ, he doesn't even drink. So I don't know, man. I don't know who to believe in this situation. ESTG obviously was still feeling the heat and the pressure, especially after the promoter posted that. So he did one up. He said, man, let me go ahead and post his contract. So he went and posted the contract on social media, and he also wrote this over it. Now, I'm not sure if this is the exact contract, but I see there's a name up there, and I see that it says Everybody Shine Together, and I know that's his label or whatnot, or the folks that he's affiliated with. And it says this. It said, "I don't even do all this explaining usually, but I like Kansas City. Tell the next promoter, keep it 100 with y'all, and don't play with me unless you trying to take it there. We've been crashing for less. 100. So basically letting it be known that, hey, man, I'll go ahead and put my numbers out there. Because you got to remember, guys, that rappers, they don't like to put their prices out there. They don't like to show how much they're getting paid and everything. And in this right here, on this, it shows you that $25,000 was how much he was charging. For a walkthrough, somebody even put a comment on social media, and it basically said, they were like, so ESTG is getting $25,000 for a walkthrough? I need to start being a rapper, Because at the bottom, you can see it says 15K deposit payable upon his arrival or whatever. That's crazy, man. Wow. So he's saying this is the contract between him and the promoters, and that, yo, man, he's really about his money, man. Now, most rappers, like I said, don't like to show their numbers because as they get hotter, that number goes up. And these days, those numbers are ridiculous. It's like when the NBA contracts there was that change in it. It's like that year. This year is that year because rappers are getting paid crazy now for shows. I'm talking about ridiculous numbers. Like, I swear, man, back when back in the day, I'm talking about like the 50 Cent days and all that, Eminem, there were few rappers who were getting six figures for a show. Like, or even there was 25K a show. It was like unheard of for a lot of people. And that wasn't even that long ago. It was a long time ago. Don't get me wrong. When 50 Cent and those cats were hot, when Jay-Z was kind of younger and they were hot. But, man, that was something, man. Even when Gucci, man, in 2009 was getting 30 a show, it was a big deal because he even went out and said it. You know what I mean? So for ESTG to be getting that kind of paper says a lot. Now, what do you guys think, man? Do you think that ESTG put these posts out there to embarrass the promoters or anything like that? Or is he just trying to show people that he's got square business and that he keeps it 100 when he's dealing with his fans and he likes Kansas City? Or do you feel that he's just backtracking and that the promoter probably did just schedule him for a show and he walked out like a diva? I don't know who to believe, but with that, man, this been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.